Irie Alford is a counter-type defender unit that can take loads of damage and still be alive after the whole duration of a fight. Her small stature is oddly accompanied by her shield that can take nearly every hit the enemy can dish out, and her sheer strength that can push enemies far away and even juggle them whenever she slams her shield into the ground. With 3 deployment points, she can be dropped into the battlefield quite easily, and when she falls, you can deploy her right away without a worry. Her skills are paired with her role as a tank who should take damage and push forward without looking back. Arrayed with taunts, knockbacks, and juggle skills, as well as damage mitigating bonus stats, she can hold the front line with considerable health and resistance, as well as push her enemies back all the way to the rear and juggle them when her ultimate comes up. Her passive takes the aggro of whoever she is attacking for 5 seconds, as well as decrease surrounding strikers' attack by 10%. At max level, she gains damage resistance and an added 20% HP bonus. Her special skill performs a hop and a skip while knocking back enemies with AoE damage. At max level, her cooldown is decreased by a total of 4 seconds. Her ultimate slams her shield repeatedly into the ground, knocking up her opponents and juggling them in the air for AoE damage. She decreases her damage taken by 25% at max level. Being a defender, she can hold her own relatively well against most opponents, but when against huge numbers, she can be overwhelmed and fall fairly quickly when not taken care of. She will need her support to keep her alive with healing and barriers, as well as resistance buffs to keep her from being taken out. Mixing in other defenders or strikers that can hold the line with her can increase the number of opponents your enemy has to take care of. Taking operators with healing and shields are going to be a staple in keeping her and your team alive. She will benefit greatly from this because she has high HP and heals take into account HP percentage when being applied. Units that can buff your resistance to damage is also beneficial, since she will be able to take more hits and be more resistant to those rangers and snipers from the enemy rear. Running high damage snipers and rangers will benefit both sides, as Irie's health can take on numerous amounts of damage while your snipers can dish out as much damage as they can without the worry of their defender going down in the fight. Bringing tower units, especially for HP and sheer bulk teams, can benefit your frontliners with their buffs and deployment increases, so whenever they fall, they can easily get back into the fight and keep pushing forward. Young Harim is a great support to have, as she increases haste along with her healing to keep Irie pushing forward with her trusty shield, although her ban will often be present, so bring her with you whenever she can be deployed. Ryan Ferrier and Liu Mi are great picks alongside Irie. Having high HP and stuns from Ryan, as well as evasion from Liu Mi, the enemy will have a bad time dealing with 3 formidable defenders against them. Her equipment is fairly simple. Being a defender, she will need HP set bonuses and HP or defense main stats, with bonus stats on damage resistance or crit damage resistance. Unit-specific damage resistance can be put into anti-ranger or anti-sniper resistance depending on which units you think you should build against. Ships like Lake Superior can decrease damage taken, as well as increase general tankiness of your team. Although Gleipnir pod type can only increase damage resistance of counters, it will be considerably higher than what Lake Superior can provide, as well as being less likely to get banned in PvP. Of course, you can pick other ships depending on your playstyle, but these are just my recommendations for teams built around defenders such as Irie, so be sure to analyze your teams before constructing your ship. And speaking of teams, Irie can be placed into any team as a secondary unit. Being a defender that's easy to deploy, she can do her job easily with a few supports and proper balance of operators. Be sure to take healing and barrier units as well as other defenders to add into the fray with Irie. Irie Alford is a defender unit who takes every hit her enemies throw at her and still be standing after a barrage of bullets, a flurry of blades, or rounds of ammo that she receives. Equipped with her knockbacks and juggles, she can disrupt enemies charging forward and knock them back, as well as into the air with a few slams of her shield. Coupled with her support and fellow defenders, she can weather any storm she's faced with and come out nearly unscathed and continue moving into the enemy base with ease, ensuring victory for your squad. And that's gonna be it for Irie Alford's overview, as well as teams and general build guide. Be sure to like and subscribe, as well as clicking the bell icon to keep up with my COUNTERSIDE content, and comment down below on who do you think I should make an overview for next. Alright, see you guys later, and bye!